on Chicago Avenue, this little stretch called Eckhart Park in Westtown. There's a ton of flavors here. One restaurant everyone's been really anticipating has been Jeong. It just recently opened. How would you describe your food?
I would say it is my take on Korean food. I guess it has a soul of Korean culture as well as my heart in America, so growing up here in the West.
Let's talk about the name.
Jeong is, there's two meanings for me. The first one is actually my grandma's maiden name, and she was my first food memory. So I wanted to kind of give an ode to her. And second, that word Jeong in Korean is super special. So that it's a soulful bond, it's a connection between people.
What kind of experience do you want people to have?
I want people to feel welcome, like they're actually coming into our home, and that they could have actually a good time. And if they wanted to lick a plate, like, I'm not going to be offended, you know.
It's very serene and beautiful in here, but plate licking is okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If they came in shorts, I would not turn them away.
And so tell us about the menu. Is it a tasting menu or is it
so
a la
do
carte?
Both. Yeah,
okay.
We have tasting. I think ideally we try to focus on our tasting, but at the same time, we want to give people options as well. First course on our tasting starts off with a silken tofu that we make. We lightly lay over on top a compote of rock and fern. And on top of that, we put a king crab legs that we dress in meshu dressing. Meshu is Korean plums. Another one that represents us really well in our tasting would be the yulmu rice. Yulmu rice with our duck and soy and corn tea glaze and dehydrated scaling powder is probably something that I gravitate towards a lot because that's the way a traditional Korean person would eat.
So you own and run the restaurant and cook in the kitchen with your fiance, Jen. How is it working and living together and running a business together?
Jen and I always joke about this and said this is our marriage counseling essentially. Like if we can get through this, that we'll make it through anything.
Okay, so we just left a new place where there's a lot of buzz, but there's a lot of old school spots here, including Cafe Central. How long has this restaurant been here?
Over 50 years. It was because so many Puerto Rican people had to come to find employment in the big city. So they needed a place that they could eat the food they were accustomed to.
Describe the food for me. Tell me about Puerto Rican flavors.
Okay. Caribbean food, okay, and Puerto Rican in general, it's not, a lot of people think it's hot, you know what I mean, but it's not. It's flavorful. Green peppers and onions, cilantro, we use oregano, so it's a mixture, and it's that mixture that's a base.
What are your best sellers?
They like the jibarito, which is the plantain sandwich. You could either have it vegetarian or you can have it with pork or steak. My staff, they're wonderful. It's a
Your
family.
staff has been here a long time.
Very, very long. And Maida's been here like 30 years. Perlita's been here like 25.
They love their employer.
Well, they love, and I think our customers are great. You know, we have our regulars and the newer people that are coming in, they venture to try it, so it's good. Yeah. And once they do, because oftentimes people say, well, why don't why aren't you in Taste of Chicago and all that? And we say, no, because really, ethnic food needs to be eaten hot.
There's a ton of variety on this little stretch of Eckhart Park in Westtown. There's Beauty Bar where you can party and listen to some great music and also get your nails done. There's also Habana Libre, which has Cuban food. There's also Thai flavors at Opart Thai. There's Tex-Mex at Flow. There's great wings at 5 Star Bar. And there's even Indian in the neighborhood too.
Dovetail has been here since 2008. We are predominantly a vintage store and we carry a mix of vintage and also indie designers. When I opened the shop, my vision for it was to have a safe space where you can make sure nothing you bought was made in a sweatshop and everything is just totally ethical and well made. There's everything from mid-century modern barware, there's women's clothing, there's handmade jewelry, vintage accessories, and small housewares. It's a very tight-knit community. We're all, like all of the business owners are friends, and we know so many of our customers. Like between all of us, this is like Sesame Street because everyone knows each other.
What do you love about Westtown?
I love that there's a little bit of everything. You know, you can go to somewhere that's a little more relaxed and comfortable and it's been there for a while, but then there's also plenty of like trendy spots. Music is huge here, art is huge, but there's still, standard just wholesome places and, you know, your breakfast spots. And there's younger families and there's hipper younger artists too. So.